Many know the Beatles for their numerous hit songs or from their huge popularity. Their success in music caused a huge uproar known as Beatlemania. This success is a big part of how they are a major influence on both people and music today. But before they were the Beatles, they were just four men. John Lennon, the smart one, Paul McCartney, the cute one, George Harrison, the quiet one, and Ringo Starr, the funny one. John had made a band in the late 50s called the Quarrymen. John's friend Ivan Vagan was the one who introduced Paul McCartney to the band. Paul became a member of the Quarrymen after he showed off his guitar skills. Later, Paul got his childhood friend George Harrison a spot in the band. However, George had to wait a few years because he was too young. Ringo Starr, also known as Richard Starkey, was the final member to join the band. Ringo joined in August of '62, replacing drummer Pete Best. Ringo replacing Pete was just one of the changes the Beatles went through. The Beatles didn't officially become the Beatles till 1960. They started as the Quarrymen, until John wanted a change. There were multiple names in consideration, such as the Silver Beatles or Johnny and the Moondogs. And after they became the Beatles, they made their first recording, Love Me Do, in 1962. That song sparked what we call Beatlemania. The release of Love Me Do is what sparked the fans' obsession of them. These fans weren't just British either. The Beatles went to America in February 1964 to be on The Ed Sullivan Show, which now holds the record for the most watched television appearance with 70 million views. After the show, American media gave them the nickname the Fab Four. American boys started having long hair to mimic them, and girls covered their bedroom walls with pictures of them. All of their growing popularity meant shows selling out in no time, police needing to control extreme fans who would break into riots, and even fans would pass out from hysteria. With fans who viewed them as gods, it led to their music selling millions of copies and being heard worldwide. However, this didn't last. The Beatles broke up in 1970. Even though the members went their separate ways, they remained in the music industry. John went on with his solo career until he was shot on December 8, 1980, killing him. Today he is still remembered as a major influence on rock and roll and as an advocate for social and political change. Paul went on both with his band Wings and solo. After the breakup, he went on to co-write over 50 top hits and release 35 albums. George was named one of the 100 greatest guitarists of all time. He, like John, continued music until he died of lung cancer on November 29, 2001. Finally, Ringo, known for making the role of a drummer in rock and roll more important. He made 20 albums since 1970. The Beatles were known for their huge success in music. The four men that made up the band changed history with their music. Their huge success led to lifelong fans, millions of copies of their songs selling, as well as fans who shaped their lives on them. Their breakup might not have been the high of their career, but to this day, they are still remembered. This is why the Beatles' music has influenced people in music today.